Get off me. Ah! Okay. Come on, dogs. So I haven't had this guy in here for 5 minutes, and he goes right over here and pees all over the damn floor. And he just happened to pee on a spider web, which, it's kind of sad, but it's already hard enough as it is. It's been like 25 degrees every day out here. So anyway, so I got this last week, and it is this is 1097 out of 1934. So I guess it was a limited release, or they just did that to make me feel special. And they sent me this as well, which, it's not a gold plaque or a platinum or a silver, but it'll do. I had to put it together. It was like broken when I got it. So we're going to be doing some unboxing here in a little bit. Some of it's stuff I've had since Christmas, stuff I'd never even tried out before. I just got this recently, and this is a relay for my truck for the turn signals, so I can put the LEDs for the turn signals and it won't hyper flash. So that's going to be one of the projects on the white truck I've got. Buddy, you better not be pee-peeing in my garage, dude. Hi, buddy. What you doing? You're all dirty. You've been rolling around in the hay, haven't you? Mm-hmm. So this dog is the most lazy couch potato you ever met, right? Right. Oh, you don't want me pointing at you? Right. Give me paw. Good boy. Speak, buddy. Clyde, sit. 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 Ah. All right. Okay, so we're going to start unboxing this thing in a minute here. Just waiting for a few of y'all to get in here. So, buddy, what you got to say, buddy? You going, what? What? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? So he's I think he's about 9. I got him back in 2017 from the pound. They had a German Shepherd, but they showed me this dilapidated, rejected hunting dog and said that he was going to get put down if no one got him that week because he'd already been there for like a year. So maybe they just said that to get him out of there. But and this is Clyde, and I found him running down the road. Come here, Clyde. And he's really rambunctious, and that's the reason the owner got rid of him. She was like 90 years old, and he's a little dumb, but he's a good dog. All right. All right, so this buddy, that's Clyde. If y'all are watching, double tap the screen, hit the like. If you double tap the screen, something cool will happen, and it does help grow my channel. So first thing I'm going to be opening up. Damn, my hands, y'all stink. Where you been in? Nope, because I know you roll around and poop. Seen him do it. What? You gonna sit? Sit. You want some kibble so you'll calm down? Okay. Here. There y'all go. Much better, right? Okay, now I can focus on unboxing while I got these two eating. All right, so double tap, hit the like, double tap your screen, hit subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. I do automotive work and all sorts of cool DIY projects. So I just got these, and it's going to be part of this unboxing right here. So, but these are some kind of safety goggles that keep rust out of your eyes and paint and all sorts of stuff. I'm going to put those back in so they don't get scratched up. I think they'd come in a case. These were like 20 bucks on Amazon. Not bad. And this is some paint match that, believe it or not, Sherwin-Williams and a lot of local paint stores will paint match your vehicle off the VIN. And this is a good spray. I've used it before for clear coat. And so this is for the green truck. It's for the Hulk, if you don't know what that is. What's up, Astor? What's up, James? What's up, guys? Double tap, hit that like, subscribe if you want to see people work on vehicles and restore things. So I got some cab marker lights for the green truck, and we're about to do a big project on it. So I can't put these on yet because what's in this box is going to explain why. I'm just gonna. Okay, so these are the cab lights, and I didn't even know these were LEDs. I thought they were just lens covers for for the old ones. These are projector style, and they're smoked, and that's going to go nice on that forest green. And they just plug right into your bulb area. Looks like I like Christmas. Yeah, some of this was stuff I got on Christmas from family and stuff, but some of it just showed up today. But yeah, so this just plugs in where your OEM bulb goes. And first time I saw one of these plugs, I didn't know what the hell it was for, and I was about to just cut the wires, and then I thought for a second, probably it just plugs into the light thing, and it does. So got the cab marker lights. These are Enlight. These were like, and the reason I thought they were just the lenses is because they were like 20 bucks. So, but you got a lot more than just lenses. You got LEDs and all that good stuff. So we got this to open, and this is going to be for the project truck. It's the Green Hulk. And if y'all haven't seen any of my videos, check them out. I just did a live where I was installing a new bumper, new headlights, new rear bumper, and then I'm going to start doing some body corrections and things like that. So I bought this the other day, and I don't like rattle cans because they can start out great, and I've learned that almost every one of these cans sprays differently. What did they charge you for that custom mix? It's like 25 bucks for this, but if you buy it in bulk, then it's cheaper. But yeah, it's 25 bucks, and it's a 1K. This is a base coat, and then over here I have the one with the base and the clear in it. And I don't like the base mixed with the clear because it's a one step, which is good for like DIYers and stuff, but for long term, like survival of the paint, doing a base coat and then clear coat is the best way to do it. You're just going to get a better overall finish. A lot of like your local auto body shops will probably just use a one step just to speed the process up and do it cheaper. So I decided to go ahead and buy this. This was like 70 bucks, and it came with a bunch of stuff. It came with the adapters. It came with 3 different spray nozzles. I'm going to open this up real quick and show you guys what all's in here. And what was crazy is I needed like the regulator, I needed the disposable cups, all that kind of stuff, and it was adding up to be like 200 bucks just to buy this gun and then buy everything separately. I found this entire kit, because the gun is like 65. I found this entire kit for like 74 bucks on Amazon. When I do the project, I'll link the description. It is on Amazon. It is Aero Pro. It is the A610 R500. So here's one of the spray tips, and this is a 1.5 spray tip. And there's your head nozzle, whatever you call it. I'm not a professional painter, so if I say things wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments so I know not to sound dumb later. Exactly. John Public, yeah. That's exactly what I was trying to say is, like, 1K is good I guess if you're just trying to do, like, if you got stone chips or something, I'd probably, not 1K, but one step, I'd probably use that if I was just fixing some stone chips or, like, scratches in the paint. But if I'm going to paint a whole panel or anything like that, then I would rather have a base coat. And this I'm just going to keep as, like, backup or something because I'm going to be doing this. This is a better setup, and I don't have a big compressor, so this is the LVLP, which you can run on one of these. It says you can run it on as small as a 3-gallon pancake. If y'all have ever watched Paint Society's videos, he explains it. If you haven't seen him and you're interested in learning a lot about painting really quickly, he's the guy to check out. So this is a 6-gallon compressor, Metabo, and supposedly you can spray, I'd say, a door at a time or something like that, which is pretty much what I'd be doing. I'm not going to be painting a vehicle in one sweep, although it'd be cool to be able to do. I don't have the room to do it. I'm going to be getting a painting tent that it will actually set up in here, and it'll blow all the air out, and I don't have to worry about overspray getting on everything I own and my food and smoker pellets. Because I painted a bunch in here last week, and it dawned on me that those pellets they actually use to clean up oil spills and all sorts of stuff, and the gases, what do you call it? What the hell is it called? Somebody tell me what the gases are. But they're essentially organic compounds, and they can absorb into those pellets and make you pretty sick. But I figured I'm not going to be doing it every day. I'm not going to be wasting $100 worth of smoker pellets either. So there's some filters. Oh, there's stuff in the back of this too. Okay, I don't want to take too much out. I guess this is tools to take your gun apart. Here is an adapt. No, that's another spray nozzle. Okay, so that's a 1.7 nozzle. That's something. Oh, we're already breaking stuff. 1.7 is something I would say would be good for spraying stain, or like if you're staining a fence or painting a fence or a deck or something like that, or even a house. Something big like that would be good. I'm sure somebody that's very experienced could run one of those, but you got to run it fast. It's going to spray wet. Buddy, what are you doing? It's going to spray wet, and you're going to get a lot of runs potentially. Okay, so this is the thing I keep calling an adapter. This screws on so you can swap your paint cups out. So you see the cup on the back here. This makes it so you can just lock them on and off. Here's the cup that came with it. I don't intend on using this cup because it's not... I want the ones with the disposable liners inside. I'll keep this as just a spare, I guess. But I don't want to have to wash a cup out every time. They just have liners that slide in. Oh, they gave me some complimentary sandpaper, P120. I don't think I'll be using that automotive, but I can certainly put that on my Milwaukee and use it on woodwork. And they gave me some funnels. And here's my regulator. So this goes on the bottom of the gun. I haven't even got to that yet, but this goes to the bottom of the gun. And you want to engage the trigger partially. You don't because you can engage it and air will just come out. If you engage it all the way, you'll get paint coming out. If you just engage it till the air's coming out, you can adjust this. You want to run your paint in the 20 to 27 range, depending on what you're painting with this gun. I've still got a lot of YouTube to watch of Paint Society, of him showing how to properly use this gun. But this is it. I'm gonna take this out real quick. This thing's got good weight to it. He did talk about it being a little unbalanced compared to the $1,000 setups, but he said it did flow nice, it worked good. So this is your air right here. This is your paint. This is your air volume, paint volume, and this is your, I guess, air. What's that word? So essentially this will block this off from getting air. This adjusts your, pretty much like on a carburetor, you got your air here and your fuel here. He said you want it way backed out until you don't feel it, and then turn it in while you're holding the trigger in until it comes to a stop. And there you go, now you're at wide open. So I've got to set this up, and I've got to wait till we got that tent that shows up so I can actually paint the truck. But I'm gonna show y'all in a little bit with what's going on with the truck. And my sister's got a Escalade that needs the bumper painted on the front and the back. Yours truly tried to get the stone chips out, and I was using a buffing wheel, and I was doing a great job until I wasn't. It's kind of like that one saying. It's I set a sanding date, I set a primer date, I set a paint date, and now my friend set a court date or something like that. So, but I've got to get that bumper straight, because I was buffing it, and the whole car was pretty hazed. The clear coat was pretty shot, or truck, whatever an Escalade is. The hazing and the clear coat was there. I went over it. I had the whole car looking like a mirror. I went to tackle the bumpers, and the edge of the buffing disc ended up grinding into the plastic on the bumper, and so I've got to do filler. I've got to do a lot of stuff to fix that. So of course it's not going to go back in the box the way it came. I'm not too worried about that. So let's see what else we got. I got these. These are some abrasive pads for after you get sanded, wash it with a wax and grease remover. You want to use something like this to kind of agitate it. And then I got some automotive masking tape to go with it. if y'all haven't liked the video yet, just double tap the middle of the screen. It will give me a like, and that helps my channel, helps me make more videos like this, because whatever money I make off of YouTube, I'm literally putting right back into the trucks to give you guys content. And I know as soon as I mention the word money, people drop off on the views, but got to do something. Anyway, so got a water and oil separator that came with this. So that regulator I showed y'all, that was 40 bucks. This was like 25, 30 bucks, all that other stuff. This kit actually came with all that for 10 bucks more. So either it's going to be total junk or I got a great deal. I'm not sure yet. This right here is tack cloths that came with it. That's to wipe down between coats, things like that. I think that's it for this box. I'm going to stick everything kind of back in there, out of the way. Got some other goofy stuff to show y'all I got for Christmas. I'm going to be doing an actual review on the on what I'm about to show y'all on a separate video. But damn, dude, which one of y'all farted? Y'all are nasty. How much did they charge me to mix that custom paint? It was 25 bucks. But I'm going to avoid using... Damn, y'all stink. What did you eat? Anyways, they get a little nervous, I guess. Like, because they think they're going somewhere, because I bring them in here usually to leash them up anyway. So I want to try to avoid using this and learn with the actual spray gun itself, because yes, it's intimidating, but I feel like once you get used to holding one of these, and this thing's cheap, and you know, it's my project. If I screw it up, I can redo it, you know? So I want to avoid using this because these are inconsistent, and they don't spray as wide of a path. And I just did the mirrors, I did the bumpers. I'll show you all that in a minute. I did that with my other truck, and some of the stuff came out great. Don't get me wrong. But then one day I got a can and it was coming out sputtering and dripping, and it could have been a defect in the cap. It could have been the pressure in the can. Don't really know. This right here, at least I know I can spray consistently, stuff like that. So this is what I got for Christmas. And, you know, I'm old school. You give me a grill brush, you give me some fire, give me some cooking spray, I'm good to go. But my mother saw this and thought I had to have it. And I think it's like a Roomba for your grill. And I do a lot of, you know, smoking meats, and I post on the channel about that. But I don't even know where to begin with this thing. It's either going to work really good or it's going to be a gimmick. But what I told her, I said, whether I like it or not, I won't forget this one. This will be a Christmas to remember, because I'm really simple. I'm really old school. I like my tools. I like things like, you know, good spatulas and things like that, because I don't want stuff melting or getting messed up in the dishwasher. And I want it to be nice enough that I won't let anybody borrow it, because 9 times out of 10, your stuff doesn't come back. That's like when I buy Tupperware. I buy the cheap plastic stuff so that people can take that home and I don't expect to ever see it again. And then I have the glassware that I get off Amazon, super cheap. It's like 20, 30 containers. It's not as cheap as, you know, buying Tupperware, but that way when someone goes, hey, can I borrow that? No, you're not going to borrow it. So these are, because this one comes with plastic brushes, and these are the metal stainless steel upgrades to help scrub the grill better. Anyway, that's that. And I'm going to be trying that out on the next video. But this is all the parts I got for the next project. I've got a little more stuff coming in. I'm really excited about those goggles. If y'all haven't seen them yet, because I know that was early on in the video. These were like 20 bucks on Amazon. And they are No Cry Quick Start. Okay. But working on these old trucks, even if I try to change the oil, I'm eating rust. And I have messed my eyes up more than one time spraying stuff and having rust raining down. And if I'm going to be spraying this truck, I don't want a bunch of paint fumes getting in my eyes. Some of that stuff's got some bad chemicals in it. And I've literally been out here to spray paint something, and my eyes are burning, all that. So I really don't want to push it too far. So this was a limited run. YouTube sent it to me. They just picked me at random. So, and then they gave me this, they call it a clapper board. It's kind of like what you see in movie making, which I will eventually figure out how I'm going to mount this to the wall and just keep it out. But I might write something on it one day, I guess. So anyway, let's go look at the truck, and then I'm going to let you guys know when I plan, because we've had some really crappy weather out here. I'm waiting for that tent to get here because I can inflate it in here. I've got heat in this garage, and it has ductwork that'll blow air out of the garage. And that way I don't have to worry about, you know, breathing all that crap in and tainting the food and my pellets and all that. So what do I got in here? Bunch of stickers. Got to have Ricky, Trailer Park Boys, if y'all have ever watched that. If you haven't, check it out. It's on Netflix. So it's got all the extra overflows. These were like 10 cents a pound at the grocery store. $4.19. And this is it's 29 cents a pound. So it's 14.5 pound turkey here. This one was $4. So this was a 13.97 pound turkey. There's pork bellies. There's salmon. There's a rump roast or something big like that. And I've got a giant squid that I've been using for fishing bait for a while. And I got my veggie burgers when I want to pretend that I want to take care of myself. So I got more stuff I need to put in here eventually, but it's a nice overflow and makes it so when I feel lazy, I don't have to run right out to the store and buy more junk food to eat. So I got this saw. Customer I was helping a customer clean out a garage. He gave me this. He gave me this. Super cool. This one runs on your regular circular saw, 7 1/4 blades. So when you're on a job site, it makes it so you don't have to buy a special blade. I keep a bunch of those. Like you see that one right there, that DeWalt. I keep a bunch of them on hand, so I can cut hardy plank with this. I can cut wood. I can cut all sorts of cool stuff. I can put discs on here. I've got another table saw, this little junky Ryobi, and I don't like it, but it's good for a little teeny stuff when you're working off of a tailgate or whatever. Bunch of coil nails to shoot pickets, and got to get out of here with them not escaping, because this one's a runner. This dude likes to run. So, Jacob, oi, message retracted. All right. Well, hopefully there's something nice you said. All right. So if you haven't liked the video, double tap the center of the screen. It costs you nothing and helps us grow a lot. Or us, as in me and the dogs. So, come on, buddy. In the back. Come on, good boy. Let them out. His buddy decided to pee all over that box right there, which I was going to use to flatten out and work under my truck. Anyway, so been working in the yard over the weekend. Just did a fence job yesterday, if you can't tell. And I actually made these. Thought those were pretty cool. Made those during when COVID first started happening, and I was afraid they were going to shut my business down because it was essential. But so I finally said, you know what? If they do, they're going to have to stop me. And I made those and rolled with it. But I just put this new front bumper on 2 days ago. Posted the video on my page for you guys to see. New headlights. Those were not easy. If you go back and watch the other videos, you'll understand why, because I am able to rebuild an engine, but I don't understand the simple, and this sucks because it's the hole right there is stretched out. So, and that's what she said, but I need to adjust that so it doesn't sit so far out. This bumper sits lower on this side, and it sits further in on this side because the mounting plate back there is bent. Long story short, I hit a telephone pole on this side, so I need to get back there, replace the mounting plates. But this is the paint failure, and I tried to fix it, and I wouldn't say I'm very talented, so I ate into the actual paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sand this whole hood down and reprime it and reshoot it, because the paint is failing everywhere on it. It's a 27-year-old truck. This hood didn't have any damage, except for, you see that right there. I had a pair of vice grips laying here, and the hood slammed shut in the wind. I straightened it out best I could. So when I decide to sand this down and all that, I'll correct it in Bondo if I have to, just to get it, squared up. The roof and the door trims are gone. So I'm going to paint pretty much one part at a time on this. This truck may need a new bed. It's got a lot of rust around the fender wells, hence the bed liner and Bondo work. And I suck at Bondo work. Put new tailgate, tail lights on it. So I'm going to take the tailgate off that white truck over there, paint match it to this one. And I'm going to put a 08 to 16 tailgate on that truck. Or I might just put it back stock. I don't know yet. So I kind of like both tailgates, to be honest. And you know, I can get a fully built one off of carparts.com for like $200, ready to go, all the hinges, all the hardware, ready to go. And the ones for the 08 to 16, it's just the shell, so I'd have to take all the guts out of one of these tailgates and put it together. I don't know if it's going to be compatible, so that's where my problem lies. I used to have a big chrome exhaust tip coming out of there. It's rusted out, so I've got a lot of work to do. This bed, it's a bit dinged up, and I figure if I take it off, I might be able to push a lot of this out and salvage it. It's bent up at the front. I'm sure I could hook a ratchet strap or something, or come along and straighten that out. It needs, I think it's going to end up needing a new passenger door, because that's all creased in pretty bad. And I might be able to fix it. I thought maybe I could find some thicker trim to put on there, just cover it up. Because I'd really hate to go replacing things that I don't need to if I can get away with it. Got a little ding on this. It's always on the bad areas that you don't want to get dinged. Can't just be in a flat panel area or anything. So I've got a lot of work to do with this truck. The roof's about gone too. I'm not going to put those marker lights on until I get all this paint work done. There's no point in it. But this one's getting pretty much it's getting a mild restoration. This one's getting a full restoration. This one is going to be new running boards. I'm going to get the ones that when you open the door, they light up and come down off the 2024 GMC. I just paint matched this. I'm not sure if I like it. At night, it looks really cool, like when everything's lit up. But during the day, it kind of blends a bit too much. The old one was really fogged out, so I used rattle can paint and came out pretty good. I don't have any orange peels. Got good gloss. I'm sure I could do like a mild paint correction or something, but it came out good enough. I'm happy with it. So it needs a new passenger side fender for sure. And fender's like $200 on car parts, so we'll get there. Recall Ford will paint for free. That truck is like 27 years old. If the recalls don't expire, then maybe cut her down garage. I will definitely check that out, because if I don't have to paint it, that makes life better. So less content for y'all, but better for me. So paint match these are window visors. Now, in my defense, I thought these were the ones that clipped on up here, so it would hide that strip, but it's not terrible looking. I mean, it gives it some character, and if I ever get sick of it, I know what to do. But I paint matched those. If they weren't dirty, and I'm scared to wash them yet because it's only been about a week, they got nice shine in them. They don't have, I wouldn't say much in the way of orange peel or anything. They definitely did the first go around, so I had to sand them down, wet sanding and all that. I'm gonna be trying to fix this. This sucks. It's in a bad spot, but I think if I can get behind there, I can push it out right here, and then I can come around here with like a screwdriver on the inside and knock that crease back out, and then do a little baby Bondo touch up and probably get all that out of there. Whoever owned the truck, they took pretty good care of it, but it was a work truck. This is a 2016 rear bumper, and it came to me primed black, and I posted a video, and I painted all this with rattle can too. And you can see the reflection. It's dirty right now, but there is virtually nothing wrong with this. I mean, this came out pretty close to professional. There's a couple little like where tiny dust particles might have got into it, had a little bumps, and I could have wet sanded it, and I still could, but I'm not too worried about it. If you look at the rest of the paint, it's not doing great. This I'm going to be doing filler, I think is what it's called, body filler, and repainting this whole and I might not be doing the whole thing, I might just blend it, but the top is all scratched up. And my nephew was loading up one of those big wheelbarrows and drug the metal frame across, and that's how that happened. This bed's bent in too. Seems like Ford would have put some reinforcements in their beds, but no such luck there. so I can probably pull that dent out and get it a lot straighter, because I want to put, I'm not sure if I want to do a cap or a camper shell on this truck. I think it'll look pretty sweet with a camper shell, especially seeing that it's a dually. I got these mirrors from Boost Auto, and these are paint matched to the truck as well, so you can see some of the gloss in it. And they look nice. I like them. It's kind of hard. Man, I had a Chevy. I had a Chevy 2500. It was a 2015. I actually bought it from the same guy I bought this one from, and it was a great truck. I liked it. It was a 6.2 liter Vortec. Had like 100,000 miles. I got it for like $16,000. That's back in like 2021. And I turned around and I sold it for like 25 grand because the dude just wanted rid of it. And it had nothing wrong with it. It had a couple little dings that I paid a dent popper to come knock out. And I wish I kept that truck. And then I went and bought a 2024 GMC AT4 and only kept that 6 months. It was a flaming piece of crap. It was constantly breaking down. But the older Chevys, they're good. So that 08 Escalade my sister's got, it's an 07. That thing's got like 70,000 miles. It hasn't had any problems other than last winter the computer went out. So when it was cold, it wouldn't start, but once it was warmed up, it ran. But that right there is how that came from Amazon. Kind of sucked. And then over here, this bumper, I knocked out a bunch of it. But this is one reason I like carparts.com. Maybe they'll sponsor me one day, who knows. But they sent me this. You see that little dent right there? It was $200. They sent me, they gave me back like $55 for that. And I've got to come through and tighten this little body panel up. This, it's called a valance. And it's got a rivet or something that's supposed to go back there. I just don't know what it is yet. I'm not a body shop. I'm just a replacing parts guy. So that dent right there. So I'm probably going to buy 2 passenger side fenders. They're interchangeable for these trucks. And shouldn't be a problem. So there's a product called LumaStep, and they're coming out with a V2 for this truck, which is the second version. And they have a LED light strip all the way down the side, and they come in and out as you open the door. Super cool, and looks a lot better than these okey doked out ones. These are not even the originals. These are some cheap aftermarkets, but it does its job for now. And then I found new bed rails on carparts.com, like $200, and then like $50 for this to redo the whole top, because this is all gouged out and discolored. So, but I'm not going to do that until I repaint. And, you know, so we should have some nice weather coming up late February, early March. This thing's been a freaking pain. And I've never used a wheel-based other than on the back door. That's actually metal. And that's a metal door, but I wood grained it, as you can tell. It's not the best work, but it looks like real wood now, for the most part. Looks like a real wood with a shitty stain job, but either way. And then I stain these posts right here. So that's all the experience I have with oil-based. My friend makes these. He's freaking talented. He's like 20 years old. And one day he came to me talking about wanting to start a statue business. I told him he was crazy. I wasn't hating on him. I just didn't think it was a good idea, but I didn't know what kind of statues he was going to be making. And this guy, he makes all sorts of cool stuff. Super successful. Kind of jealous that I didn't come up with that idea. Anyway, but yeah, I resided this whole house. It took me a year. And put this fence in. This palm tree was like, that big. It was like literally that tall. I got it for like $20. And it grew up pretty quick. And right now, I mean, we're seeing weather that's in the 20s and 30s, and they're holding up pretty good. So I got to come back, finish the touch up, hit the second coat. We'll be done with this. And then this back porch, I'm going to be doing that with. And I actually built this all out of scrap wood, believe it or not. It's all leftover scraps from jobs that I've done. And so was that front porch. So, but yeah, I knack, I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyway, so yep, I'm learning as I go. I post videos on what I do. I do this kind of stuff. I cook things on someone gave me this. He didn't want it. He used it. He's like, I don't like it. And I've used this thing so much that I've fried the circuit board and had to have that replaced. And but I use it almost every day. This right here is why I don't have that GMC anymore, because when you go into business for yourself, you can't really have nice things until you get where you're going in life. And so I decided to buy things that could actually help me make my work easier. So because I can move like 200 yards of topsoil in about 4 hours with this, whereas by hand, I remember it took me 3 days to move like 30 yards by myself. Each yard's like 2,000 pounds. So we had a fire, if you can't tell. It was about 1.5 years ago. Some flaming D-bag had thrown a bucket of gas over the fence right there from the neighboring yard. That house was abandoned at that time. He's in prison. It's okay. Anyway, but yep, and these I got for like $200. These are hand-carved marble, and they actually sell for like $30,000 for the OG originals. These are called Foo Dogs. I don't want them. What's up, Corey Hatcher? Chica Goros. Hey, thank you. So if y'all haven't liked, double tap the screen, hit the like. But yeah, these are called dogs. These are hand carved marble, and they're kind of a hard sell, because I look online, I see them. They're anywhere from $14,000 for a cheap knockoff version of these. They're like half this size. They're about 600 pounds a piece, I have to guess, and maybe even more. I mean, they are stupid heavy. That machine can pick up 1,000. And picking up 2 of these, I could only get off the ground that far without the machine trying to flip. So, but yeah, so that's that. If you know anybody wants some Foo Dogs, tell them to hit me up. I'd let these things go for way less than they sell. I just want them out of my driveway. Anyways, y'all, I gotta get to cooking dinner and all that fun stuff. Figured I'd check in. If y'all haven't liked, double tap the screen, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you like this kind of stuff, I do DIY, I do auto restoration, mechanical repairs, all sorts of stuff. And I like to eat a lot, if I didn't mention that a few times already. So, catch y'all later. Like and subscribe.